After the success and brilliance of Long Legs, I have to give you guys my top 5 recommendations of the must watch serial killer movies. Like, these are the 5 movies that are at the top of Mount Rushmore. You cannot love this genre and not watch these 5 movies. You have to watch this. I highly recommend you watch these movies immediately. If you enjoyed Long Legs, even if you didn't enjoy Long Legs, you need to watch these movies. Now, I'm going to start off, no particular order. I'm not ranking them, but I'm just going to call them out. At number 1, I have Psycho. Psycho, guys. You cannot talk about serial killer movies and, crime thrillers without mentioning Psycho. 1960, a masterpiece by Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock knocked this genre out of the park, man. I mean, a black and white classic. And who can forget the iconic shower scene and the music? I mean, that music gets referenced a million times. Something you've all heard before. Psycho is an absolute classic. And I mean, for the fact that this movie came out in 1960, it broke down a lot of boundaries in terms of filmmaking, or what you were able to show on screen, or what was deemed too explicit. Alfred Hitchcock did that. And I mean, Hitchcock is a legend, guys. Don't sleep on Psycho. This is where you should start when it comes to this genre. Number 2, I have Zodiac. Now, David Fincher. This is David Fincher's masterpiece. Mark Ruffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr. When I first watched this movie, I was absolutely blown away, guys. This focuses on the San Francisco Zodiac killer and the letters that he sent to the local newspaper, and how Jake Gyllenhaal's character becomes obsessed with this idea of finding out who the killer is. This is remarkable stuff, guys. The tension, the style, the way in which Fincher executes this is nothing short of remarkable. Now, there's one scene in this movie I want to talk about. There's a scene where Jake Gyllenhaal's character goes and he visits somebody that supposedly knows something about the killer. This guy invites Gyllenhaal's character down into the basement. I have never felt so uneasy watching a movie than I did with this sequence. It's a masterpiece. It's a must watch when it comes to this genre. 3 actors giving, Oscar worthy performances, and this should have been nominated for a lot of awards, guys. It's an absolute masterpiece. I think it might be Fincher's best movie. I think it might be that. At number 3, I have Seven. Now, look, guys, Fincher is a genius. He is a master. One of my favorite directors working in Hollywood. He has a catalog that's impeccable. And this is another Fincher movie. Seven, Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, 1997. This came out in 1997. It's gritty. It has a, grainy look and vibe to it. And it has one of the best endings in cinematic history. Nobody saw that ending coming, And this is early Brad Pitt. So this stylistically, the movie was insane. It kind of like, it built upon its own genre with the way it looked and the way it was executed. It was incredible. I still watch this movie every now and then. It's a masterpiece. Gwyneth Paltrow was in this as well. This was brilliant. I mean, trying to find a serial killer who murders victims according to the 7 deadly sins. Fincher is one of a kind, and this is another perfect example of a master working at the height of his powers. At number 4, we have The Silence of the Lambs. Now, this I think I might have at number 1. This is an impeccable movie. This movie is a masterpiece. Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, it still disturbs me, still disturbs me till this day. And Jodie Foster's performance was absolutely brilliant. I think this might be the movie that actually inspired Long Legs directly, And this movie, Buffalo Bill, dude, I put the lotion in the bucket, You put the lotion on the skin. Crazy lines, crazy. And, this movie will send chills down your spine. And Jodie Foster's performance just gives you things from her perspective. And it's almost like, as the viewer, you are in her shoes. And it's very difficult to pull that off. And they managed to do that in this movie. Silence of the Lambs, must watch. You can't talk about the serial killer genre without talking about this movie. Hannibal the Cannibal. Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Probably Anthony Hopkins' best performance. It's the one performance that he will be remembered for forever. One of the greatest villains in cinematic history is in this movie. At number 5, we have one of my personal favorites, guys. American Psycho. Yes, Christian Bale. Dude, Patrick Bateman. Come on, man. This movie was incredible, dude. This was one of those movies when it came out, people were like, but it gained a cult following because people actually slowly realized how good this movie is. This movie is excellent. 2000. The year 2000. It perfectly captures that era. And Christian Bale was absolutely brilliant in this role, He nailed this role as you see him unravel, from being focused and just going off the rails. It's a brilliant movie. And I mean, who would ever forget killing somebody to Whitney Houston? That is just crazy, dude. That's crazy. And the fact that you blend horror and comedy, I find that amazing, guys. And you know what? These are the 5 movies, guys. These are the 5 movies that you have to watch. If you enjoy Long Legs, do not sleep on these 5 movies. These are my personal 5 recommendations for the must-watch serial killer movies. You can't sleep on these movies. These movies are incredible, guys. And please let me know what you guys think about my top 5. Is there a movie that I missed? Something that I missed? Give me a recommendation. You give me a recommendation. Let me find out what's in your top 5. I would love to know. And that's it for me, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, guys. I will definitely catch you on the next video.